Thank you, everybody. It's a wonderful day in San Francisco. All right. Wow, it's like we just won the World Series for the fourth time here, huh? Well, everybody, welcome to City Hall and welcome to our appointment for our City College. You know, time and time again, I've said to the entire city that our education institutions are at the center of our economic success, our talent search, our talent creation. And our City College has been there. And I've said it once, but I'll continue saying it, that when we're faced with crisis in the city and people come together, we find out what we're all made of. And I know that we've done this for our San Francisco City College. And so we're here today with the chancellor, with all of our trustees, both special and unspecial. All right. We're here with Katie Tang and a member of our supervisors, current and former. I know Bevan Duffy's here as well. Our school board as well, and just people who have supported our education. Our treasurer's here today too, to again, as his expression, as many of our elected officials have joined with me to make sure that we are not just supporting our City College, we're making it the best it could be because of that strong partnership that we have, the trust that if we're educating everybody, we're going to have a world-class city. And this is what we've always believed we would, and the crisis that we faced brought us together in the right way. And people did things they could behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, our city attorney, all of our elected leaders, we all came together for our City College, knowing that institution had not only great history, not only graduated a lot of talent that we depend on, but for our future, we're continuing to graduate the talent that we need and helping build the workforce of the future. We have a nominee today, one that I'm particularly proud of, that I've had a chance to talk for many an hour about the future of our City College, and to make sure that he was ready to fulfill this important assignment. And I want to just thank Alex for just giving us an opportunity to work with him now in this capacity, and to let you know, for those of you that don't, but it's exciting to always go through Alex's life, because it is in many ways similar to many lives of students that are entering City College. He was an immigrant here, and as an immigrant, he chose California to be his home and stayed, and then went to City College in San Diego and completed that. And after that, he took up the challenge of getting his BS at Cal. Go Bears. All right. And of course, and then, constant competition. The Bears got one of the best basketball players of high school just yesterday. Dude.
I think there are a couple junior college.
And then got his master's, of course, at our SF State, yet again, demonstrating that our local education institutions are extremely valuable to everyone. His work in federal government, and of course, his service to our city, working for Mayor Newsom, and then former supervisor Bevan Duffy. Also, he did a good stint at our Rec and Park, where I got to work alongside of him. I know he's built an incredible reputation, but his expertise has been shown through all these different assignments, and whether they were budget, or finance, or management needs, all of this will be invaluable contributions to our City College. This extensive dedication to public service has been a part of Alex's life. Of course, we know him most recently as a federal employee and doing one of my favorite agencies, the GSA. because I used to be purchasing, so I know that bureaucracy pretty well. But he's helped, wanted to make sure throughout his life that City College will continue to be an institution that we want it to be, and preparing everybody to come through there to be part of a great workforce for the 21st century. I know that our leadership at City College, whether it's trustees or a special trustee or our chancellor, or all of the support that our education leaders give or that our city gives, we are going to exceed accreditation. That's behind us. Going forward, we're going to exceed those standards because that's what our economy demands. That's what our city wants to have. We have public-private partnerships that are really beginning to show up in a dramatic form. And this is, again, a reflection of the challenge that we're meeting when we have companies like Google and Wells Fargo stepping up, Interfaith Council that knows the value of our education institutions, our own committees, our downtown, our Chamber of Commerce, where they've signaled Unite SF and embracing our education institutions, all of them, or SF City going to all of our public institutions and making sure they have all the resources they can. We're all encircling, embracing our education. So as I told Alex, this is a great time. It's a time when you're joining trustees who are helping us not only turn the corner, but I think a new day, which is that public-private partnership that I've always felt was at the strength of our institutions, all of them, whether they're arts organizations, whether they're education institutions, whether they're servicing our public, this renewed sense that our business community can embrace the heart of our city and do well by this unites the city in such an exciting way. I also want to thank Trevor, who is Alex's partner, for not only being here, but being such a support for Alex. A big thank you to family and friends always, because when you're taking up public office, you always want your families to be there with you. And with all the challenges that we have, I'm sure we're going to bring families even closer together with the work that we have ahead of us. I also want to just give a special shout out to Dr. Natalie Berg, whose position on this board Alex is filling. Dr. Berg has really spent a great deal of her professional life at City College. 18 years as a trustee, over 30 years being part of that staff. And I'm personally grateful to her service and knowing that she gave such a great contribution to our City College that we selected someone that would be perfect to fill that spot. We honor her today with this appointment as well. So a great shout out to Dr. Natalie Berg. So with all this enthusiasm, with what the city expects our education institutions to be a part of this wonderful city that we have, that now it's my pleasure to administer the oath to Alex Randolph. And Alex, would you please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I,
Alex David Randolph,
good, do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support and defend the Constitution of the United States
to support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance,
that I will bear
true faith
true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I'm about to enter,
the duties upon which I'm about to enter,
and during such time as I hold the office of
and till the time as I hold the office of
San Francisco City College Board,
San Francisco City College Board,
of trustee for the City and County of San Francisco.
of trustee of the City and County of San Francisco.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Alex Randolph.
Wow. Wow, thank you so much. As some of you know, I'm not very good with birthday parties or birthday events because I always worry that nobody will show up. But I'm very grateful and overwhelmed by the amount of support and friends and family I see right here in this room. Well, good morning, everyone. Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for this incredible privilege to join my fellow trustees on the college board. I want to thank you for your strong support and leadership over the last couple of years for City College and all you do for public education in our city. I want to recognize my fellow City College trustees who are here today, and Andrea Shorter, who's a former trustee who's out in the audience, other elected officials, members of the Board of Supervisors and the school board, but especially I want to recognize and acknowledge my partner of 10 years, who's been there from the beginning, Trevor. Mr. Mayor, as a proud product of California's community college system, I can't think of a better time to join City College Board than right now. Something all of you might not know about me is that I actually started my college education down in San Diego at Grossmont College. You might say that I would not be here today without those 3 years at Grossmont College. English is not my first language, as you might have already noticed. I might have a small accent. My mom raised me by herself in Germany, and I moved by myself to San Diego for my 1 year of high school. My SAT scores were terrible. I'm not going to tell you what they were. And if I actually got into a 4-year college, I knew that I couldn't get the degree unless I go into a lot of debt. My parents never had the opportunity to go to college, and I was worried that I was not going to be able to have that opportunity at that point as well. But thankfully, I had an incredible guidance counselor in high school who told me about community colleges. I still remember the day 12 years ago this month when I was in the library at Grossmont College logging onto UC Berkeley's admissions website, and I found out that I was going to get in and was transferred to UC Berkeley. Similarly, my partner Trevor, he moved here from Vietnam, and thanks to Ohlone Community College down in Fremont, was able to transfer to UC Berkeley as well, and that's where we met. As you can see, we are a bear family, that's true. As you can see, community college runs very deep in our family, and we wouldn't have had the life that we have now without a community college education. But our story is not unique. There's over 80,000 students every single day at City College that depend on that education and that access to public education to improve their life in a better future. I take this appointment very seriously and personal. These students deserve to have the same type of opportunity for a better life that I did not so many years ago. I know what it is like to navigate the complex and oftentimes overwhelming bureaucracy of the community college system. So ensuring access to high quality services and counseling will be one of my priorities as trustee on the college board. For the past 80 years, City College has played a very important role for many families that try to have a better life. Like the mayor said, nothing grows our economy better than public education. Community colleges are the launch pad for greater opportunities and play a critical role for groups and students like myself that have traditionally been excluded from public education or college education. As an openly gay man of color, I'm especially sensitive to the important pathway community colleges provide to members of an incredibly diverse lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community who can still face significant barriers to getting into college. Building relationships and partnerships among different communities has always been one of my passions. From my first job at the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services with Gavin Newsom, to my job with Bevan Duffy at the Board of Supervisors, or with Phil Ginsburg at the Recreation and Park Department, and currently with President Barack Obama and his administration. Making government more open and accessible for all has always been the true driving force in my life. City College needs all of our help to be successful. My background in public management and governance, as well as the relationships I have built across city government, nonprofits, and neighborhoods, will be a great tool for myself that I hope to bring to City College to bring it forward. The current accreditation challenge is a good wake-up call for all of us to show just how incredibly important City College is to our city's higher education and workforce opportunities. I'm so thrilled that even Barack Obama, our president, made community colleges a centerpiece of his current agenda. Think of all the opportunities this will provide for making the first 2 years of community college free for everyone. And I hope all of you had the opportunity to listen to Vice President Biden actually make remarks about this during the weekly address this past weekend. But before I conclude, I want to join the mayor and acknowledge former trustee Natalie Berg for her almost 50 years of service to City College. Trustee Berg actually started at City College in 1967 as an instructor. She then served on as a dean of the School of Health and Physical Education in the 1990s, before serving on the Community College Board with distinction, including several terms as the president. It is an incredible privilege to follow in her footsteps, and I'm grateful for all she has done for our city and public education. Mr. Mayor, I can't tell you how honored and excited I am about the opportunity to serve the city and our City College students. I'm looking forward to working with you, my fellow trustees, and all the other elected officials on the local, state, and federal level to move City College forward. I know that we have a lot of work to do. I'm ready to roll up my sleeves immediately and get to work. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to working with all of you to make City College a stronger place.